everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another room build, and today I'm going to go ahead and build this one today called Bright and Modern. Now this idea came about from something I was working on the other day. I'd finished all my videos for the week and everything, so I had a bit of free time and I thought I'd just go into game, not record or anything, just go into a random lot and just kind of build something, just do a room build and see if I can come up with different finishing techniques and things that look a little bit different from what I've done before, just to kind of step out my comfort zone in terms of finishing things, you know, just try something new. So I went ahead and did that, and you know, of course, being me, because I was recording something that, well, I wasn't recording it, of course, being me, it would end up being something that I actually like. So now I'm back here today actually recording what I did, but you know, that isn't a bad thing because, you know, I've done it once before, so I kind of knew where it could be better and things, and that meant that this build is much better, and it also took like half the time because, you know, that happens sometimes, you know, if your game crashes and you don't save it and then you go back and do the build again and it always turns out being a little bit better and a little bit quicker. So yeah, that happened today, so it wasn't, you know, such a bad thing that I didn't record that. So for this build, it's actually a little bit interesting. Now you can see here I've got a random wall in the middle of the room, and you're probably thinking, well, Thomas, why is there a random wall in the middle of the room? And it's actually because I actually saw Dxtory do this, and basically what it is, you put your bed on one side and then you can walk around the other side of the wall to the wardrobes. I thought it was a really nice idea, and this was actually happened a few weeks ago in one of his speed builds. I saw that, and actually when I went on holiday this year to Scotland, there was actually like this, the company who like owns the properties, they have a range of other properties like in the area as well where I was staying, and one of the like houses at the house, like a two-person, like sort of, I guess like a honeymoon sort of home, just a very small cottage thing, and in their house they had the same thing with like the gap like on the side of the wall where you can go behind it to the wardrobes. I thought it was a really nice idea, so that's 2 times I've seen it, never seen it before doing that. I thought it was a really nice idea, then all of a sudden I've seen like 2 people do it, so I thought it'd be really good, even though it was a real life example and an example in The Sims, but you know, I thought it'd be good to include it in today's build, something a little bit different from what I've done before. Now, I did actually do that in the previous build as well, that I tried out, but what I did with this build actually, I went ahead and put some waterfalls on. Now, I was kind of just looking through, trying to find something, because I actually saw this, it was actually the Sim Cache. I can't remember where I've seen it. I think it was in her, one of her like Twitter profile, like banner pictures or something, and she had this picture of kind of like a bedroom, and it had like this kind of like waterfall, like behind, like a fish tank kind of, but it was only like a very narrow like strip that you could see through the wall. It was really hard to explain. I can't really explain it, so I'm just gonna stop trying to explain it because I'm just gonna ramble on for too long. Anyway, so I saw this thing, it was kind of like a fish tank sort of waterfall thing behind it, and I thought it was a really nice idea. Tried to do it, didn't really work out, so I went with this waterfall behind the bed and thought it was really nice. Not really a proper waterfall, I guess, but kind of just this water wall sort of thing. I don't know, you'll see what I mean once we get onto it, but I thought it was a really nice idea, and you might have seen it in the little video thing I made at the start there. And yeah, so another thing I try to do in this build as well is include lots more shelves. Now, I never put shelves in. You're probably thinking it's a really minor thing, but in my opinion, I think those little details, like shelves and things, are kind of important details and things that can make a build really great. And I thought it'd be good to try and just include other things I wouldn't normally include, just pay more attention to those little details, and that's what I went ahead in today's build as well. Now, you can also see here how I added one of those little mirrors onto one of the shelves as well. It isn't actually clipped, it's not like a proper thing that happens in game where you can clip a mirror onto a shelf. It just happens by you using move objects. Went ahead and did that. I thought it looked really nice, and that's what I did there. So you can also see that I used some of those items from, well, you got not loads of items from City Living today actually, which is a little bit surprising because I normally do use lots of items from City Living, but I did use some wall dividers there, as you saw. Now I did actually use those not too long ago in one of my apartment builds, well, apartment renovations. I'm just going to go up my channel quickly to see which one it is, because this is the second time I'm doing this voiceover, and I couldn't remember which one it was when I did the first attempt at this, so I'm just going to jump onto my channel very quickly. You can't see me because I'm doing the voiceover, but I'm just going on my other monitor here looking at my channel. It was in one of the Culpeper House apartments, and I'm going to go ahead and just check very quickly what it was. Oh my god, my internet's been so slow today, please hurry up. I believe it was like 17 Culpeper House or something. Oh my god, I can't see. Yeah, 17 Culpeper House. That apartment renovation I did, I actually used these City Living dividers as a headboard for the actual bed, and I actually did this the other day as well, but not the other day, a little while ago, when I did my, I think it was like the luxury, no it wasn't, dream bedroom build, I think it was, a few months ago, I think it would be by the time you see this. It was literally, I just used some of those dividers from Dine Out. They have like the illuminated ones, and I use that as a headboard for the bed as well. And I thought it was a really nice idea, and using those dividers actually make a really nice kind of funky sort of headboard. And I didn't use that today because we did have the waterfall, but I did go ahead and use them for the actual purpose of being a room divider today. And it has a nice green sort of colour swatch to it as well, and also blue, which kind of matches this colour scheme, so I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to go ahead and use that today. So as you can see there, we've got the kind of wardrobes behind that wall there. Also put a few little seating areas in and stuff. Not really anything too major, just a few seats to kind of fill up that space. Wasn't really a whole lot I could do with it, so you know, it was fairly basic there. And yeah, so today's video actually should be going up after Collab Week is ended. It's currently the 14th of August, which is actually the first day of Collab Week for me when I'm doing this voiceover. The video hasn't gone up yet since it's only 3 PM and it goes up at 7 PM. But you know, there might be a lot more people on my channel now from Collab Week. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. But if you are new and you're coming over, you know, you found out about my channel from one of the videos in Collab Week, then welcome. This is one of my regular speed builds that I do during the week, which is not a collab. And yeah, so doing this wall kind of shelf thing, those two different coloured shelves again, literally just copied over the items from the other one. I literally could not be bothered to do it again. Wasn't really, you know, there's not 100,000,001 things, 100,000,001, what? I don't know what I'm talking about here. There's not like loads and loads of things you can put on our shelves, so I just went ahead and copied those over. And yeah, and actually this is like totally random, totally out of the blue, but yesterday we had a fire. Now that doesn't make sense, but I thought, you know, people always ask me to tell me more interesting things about what's happened in my life than just a speed build for the full video in the voiceover. Well, today, well, it was actually last night, my mum was actually just cooking a meal, and I actually have these kind of like plastic cutting board things that we use sometimes, and we'd normally just use them as kind of like a protector on the kind of countertops, because it's actually wooden now. So it means like we can't really have liquids and stuff in case it like seeps into the wood and stuff. So we'll kind of just use those, and we'll have one of those electrical induction hob things, and we'll kind of use one of those. It was kind of slanted to stop splashing, and it actually fell when my mum went out of the room. She was having something cooking, and one of those plastic sheets fell onto the hob, and it was left there for a few minutes. And my mum came back into the kitchen. It was just smoke everywhere, and it was just like flames and stuff. But luckily it wasn't major. But it was a horrible smoky smell. It gave me a fat headache because of it, but luckily it was all alright. So that was just a quick little story there, a little bit random. And yeah, so that was it for today's video. What a random story. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you head over to the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1 to download this. Leave some thoughts down below about what you thought of it in the comment section down below, and what other builds you want to see in the future. Also leave those down below. Make sure you leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!